Well, hello everybody.
Hello there.
Welcome to what
Where are you? What day? Thursday, 1 o'clock, opposite Saxes.
gosh,
After,
I just previously recorded a couple of episodes of Trash Talk with Brandon and everything, and I got Trash Talk on my brain instead of, opposite sexes.
we had a wonderful holiday.
Yes,
Hope everybody else did.
the what is it called? The Suscus Susquicentennial.
Oh,
For, that's 250
250 years.
years. But last Saturday was a celebration of America, and I mean it was pretty huge across the country. I mean everybody was celebrating. I personally am curious as if people really understood what they were celebrating and why.
Oh, I think the majority. I mean, it depends what age you're talking. The older folks do. They get it.
Yeah,
The younger folks,
our
like
generation
kindergarten.
kind of knows because we go back to the time to the 200th anniversary,
Mhm.
50 years ago. We remember that. And you
You
celebrated for the
remember. I don't remember. You have good memory like that. I don't
you
really.
don't remember
I remember every not every Fourth of July, but I remember Fourth of July.
1976? You don't remember
Well,
1976?
our son had been born,
Right.
but
Banner
I don't
year.
remember the holiday.
Well,
But
because the birth of our son was so much more important than the 4th of
for
July,
us at
the
that point, it
200th
was.
anniversary of our nation.
No, but for us, it was our first child. So yeah,
That's
it
right. Yeah.
was.
So it meant more than celebrating, the 4th of July. But
But I remember as a child what we did.
yeah, well, I remember that too because but it's there were so many things going through my head this year
Mhm.
because having remembered 50 years ago when Jeremy was born and all, it was a celebration. I mean, every year we have a 4th of July, and every year is a year to celebrate America,
Yes,
the founding of
absolutely.
America and all. But, every 10 years or whatever, and especially every 25 and every 50 years, it becomes a little extra special.
Mhm.
This year, I got to be honest, it was a mixed bag for me because I think there were so many things that were planned nationwide that were just a little over the
The
top.
top.
I mean, even so much as some of the things in the nation's capital, uh, because
You think it got away from
a
the
lot of the
meaning?
celebration was
It
was
had nothing to do with July 4th
right,
or
right.
the signing of our
And
declaration.
granted, the 4th of July is all about picnics and get-togethers and having parties and all. But I wonder if the younger generation really understands. I mean, we spent this morning at a parade
Hmm.
in our community. We
Hmm.
live in a rather large homeowners community and all, and the kids were out there and just absolutely look great. Decorating their bikes
Their
and their
wagons.
wagons, and the people that have golf carts and every decorated golf carts, and you saw that all over the city wherever you went. There
Hmm.
were there was some parades and things.
People were decorating themselves.
Decorate, yeah, face painting and all that kind of stuff, which is all part of it. You know, just in the back of my mind, I guess being older and being kind of interested in the history of our country, I wonder if the younger generation understands that it's more than red, white, and blue crepe paper on your bike and or wagon
Well,
and what it signifies.
what age is younger generation to you? Because I would think that our
Well,
grandson
anybody
who's
under 70
16,
is a younger
yeah, but
generation.
I'm saying our grandson that's 16, he's familiar with it. A
Well,
lot of it from school
right there, yeah,
history.
they were taught
But
about it,
but it
and but I would say that generation now from either high school or middle school and down,
Right.
and all that, and I guess maybe,
I would say elementary school is iffy. They might know the basic, and that's probably
and I'm sure
fine.
that there are those that would say, well, they don't really need to know all of that yet until they get into high school and they start studying government
Hmm.
and history in that regard. And I understand that, but you look around and what I notice things that probably a lot of people don't notice. And the one thing that I notice, and that affects all generations,
Hmm.
is that as I drive up and down the streets of our community, how few American flags were displayed in front of people's houses. Now, maybe that's just the veteran in me, but when a national holiday, when people are just, it's suggested. You can't tell people to do it. You can ask them to do it, but to put a flag out in front of your property and you drive down a street where there's 20 homes and there's only three flags, that just
I
says
know,
to
I
me that there's a
understand.
little bit of a disconnect.
Well, right. I think a lot of the veterans, no, they're closer to it. So you'll always see, I believe, although there's somebody across the street that is
We
a
have a veteran
veteran,
across the
and
street
he
that,
doesn't, and I don't understand. He doesn't put out a flag. I can't figure that out.
yeah,
But we have a member of our board of on our board of directors at our HOA who was objecting to the length of the time we're putting out the flags. We've had them out for a little while now because of Juneteenth and Flag Day.
Flag Day is coming up this week, and
Right,
Juneteenth is next week.
right. And we had Memorial Day. And so we have left them out since Memorial Day around the entrances of our homeowners
Yeah,
association.
Texas.
And the board person, the person on the board, the board member, thought we should take them in and out for every holiday
Yeah,
because she thinks
but
it's too much to have them all
but
together.
ask those people to help put them out and pick them up. Well, they're too busy. But anyway, but
Well,
it is interesting to me. You raise the point about some people putting American flags. There are people, and maybe it's just Texas, but boy, if the Cowboys are playing, they got their flag
yeah.
out. If the Longhorns are playing, they got their flag out.
Well, it's
But
a
the
sports
4th of
thing.
July, there's no American flag out.
Well, I think for some of the younger people, priorities are a little skewed,
Yeah.
but that's just us. I mean, I'm sure they say in their heart they know that it's the 4th of July and they would do anything for their country, but
Uh,
they
yeah.
do like the Cowboys. And
And,
they do like their football
their
teams.
sports teams are almost more important than
Yeah.
their American
Well, what
heritage.
can I tell you?
But that's
It's
just the way it is.
Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, I have to be honest, I didn't think of 4th of July as any more than at that time of the year, all of a sudden I'd see stores or shacks popping up on the side of the road selling
Oh,
of the sparklers and all 4th of July paraphernalia.
can't find that anymore.
Oh,
A lot of states and cities have banned fireworks for safety reasons. Yeah, they have their organized fireworks displays, which were beautiful, and you wherever you live, you could go out at in the evening after dark and everything and see a lot of fireworks displays, and it's there. That's usually very awesome, and that's a very much, I think, a part of
mhm.
what the 4th of July represents. Uh, eh, but you mentioned the sparklers. Man, when we were kids, we used to come home with bags of stuff from firecrackers, the M50s that you used to blow up bottles. I mean, no holds barred. Everybody was shooting off stuff in their backyards. Yeah, stuff would catch on fire, but today, today, a lot of that is restricted. And if you can find sparklers, that's in
Well, there's
that's
firecrackers around because we hear them at night. I remember when we had the
what
dog.
are they
We
legal? were they legal?
Why not?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, when they go off, you're thinking, okay, is that for the 4th of July or is that gunfire? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I,
today, yeah,
that's what I
yeah,
think.
in today's
Do we keep
environment.
cover in the house or do we, and the dog hated it. I think
Oh,
all dogs
yeah,
and cats. I think a lot of the animals are frightened.
yeah,
But, um, but that's what I thought. I thought the July 4th was sparklers.
yeah.
But, that's what we did. We
That's like when
sparklers.
we were kids, we had fire drills at school. Now they have active shooter drills. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Unfortunately,
and they
that's
call it,
true.
yeah, that they call that
Unfortunately, that's
progress.
true.
Not
But
not true.
it's hard to believe that we're 250 years old. I mean, in a way it is, in a way it isn't.
For Americans, they say 250 years, man, that's a long time.
But
But compared to
to,
the world,
yeah,
I mean,
it's nothing.
it's a drop in the bucket.
Right.
I mean, when you think of some of the European cities and all that go back to the 13 and
Mm-hmm.
1400s, we if you can find, and I'm curious if there are very many 250-year-old buildings left in America. Maybe in New York and in the colonies, certainly in Philadelphia, I think that there are some original buildings or original sites. But in America, we have a tendency to tear down 50-year-old buildings to build something else. You go to Europe and you see churches and everything that were built 300 some years ago
You
that,
walk
oh,
on cobblestones that
yeah,
are that old,
that were put.
yeah, the sidewalks, the streets.
And here in Texas, you can't drive anywhere that isn't road repairs going on. And those are repairs that were done 5 years ago, and they're repairing it
Yeah, they
already.
get done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
It-
the difference, the vast differences between Europe and the United States is
yeah,
amazing.
well, because we are still one of the youngest
Hmm.
organized countries in the
Hmm.
world at 250 years. But
But it was amazing to see these kids getting back to the parade. It was amazing to see the
yeah,
kids and how they decorated. And I mean, our HOA, just the decorations that we did for everything, because we serve little snacks and donuts
that's probably why
and
a lot of
coffee
those
and
kids decorated their bikes and their wagons to participate is because mom and dad said, "Oh, but they're going to have ice cream afterwards."
well, it
Oh,
wasn't ice
okay.
cream. It was freeze pops or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. But it was they had a great time and hopefully they do understand what they're celebrating.
Yeah, and well, we hope that you had a good time if you had a picnic or whether you just spend it indoors.
Laid low.
Yeah, and lay low, watch some sports or watch some movies on Netflix or something. Uh, I did watch part of because it's on every 4th of July, and that's the movie Independence Day.
Hmm.
They run it every year, just like It's a Wonderful Life at Christmas.
What about James Cagney and Yankee Doodle
Yankee
Dandy?
Doodle Dandy, that was on I think one of the
Yeah.
channels too. Yeah, but that's part of the celebration
Hmm.
of the 4th of July, and it doesn't have to be 250 years. It could be, any
Anytime.
4th of July.
Anytime.
But hope you had a good time and remember what the 4th of July is all about. And you'll come back and see us again next week.
Yep.
Okay, Thursday at 1 o'clock.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.